Good morning or afternoon or evening, everyone. As probably indicated by my account name, my name is Method, and I have been playing Rock for or Rise of Kingdoms for well, let's check. Probably about 10 months now. Whoops. Close to 8 months. I started basically when COVID started, and to be honest, I really enjoy this game. Um, Today, I would like to talk about, for those of you who are brand new and have no idea what's going on, whether or not this game is worth playing. There are a lot of ads out there that give false pretense to what this game actually is. I don't know, for whatever reason, Lilith has decided to just use ads that don't actually represent what the game truly is. And I would like to give you my input on whether or not I think you should take the time out to play this game. So let's get started. Whoops. So the first thing is what makes a good a mobile game enjoyable to play. Um, and obviously that's up for interpretation, but I think a few things that make a mobile game enjoyable we'll talk about here. And I think the first thing is the balance between being a free to play player and a pay to win player. I think everyone by now has realized that mobile games are always going to have a pay to win element. Um, as you can see here, it's no different in ROK. You can buy packages, you can buy millions of packages, you can buy just straight up gems, you can buy daily login packages. So yes, there is obviously a pay to win component in it, and every single mobile game is out there because you need pay to win. That's just how the companies make their money. But the question is whether or not there's a good balance in this game between free to play and pay to win. I've been playing this account for probably what I said, 234 days. I've probably spent roughly, I don't know, 250 American on it. I'm in Canada, so it's hard to judge exactly how much I've spent. So I would say I'm a pretty low spender. I typically only buy the gem supplies and some of the smaller stuff in the game, just to kind of supplement what I'm doing. But for the most part, in fact, I have been for the last 2 months. I haven't purchased anything, just based on value. So the question is, free to play versus pay to win. Pay to win players, as in all games, are called whales, and like this game, depending on how much you pay, you can accelerate. But the difference I find in this game is that there's a natural balance between your pay to win players and your free to play players. Your pay to win players can't win without free to play players behind them. You have a slightly different role, and your acceleration is going to be based totally on how much you play. But how it works is your pay to win players are going to have probably the strongest technology, the strongest commanders, fastest, best gear in the game, whatever it is that makes them stronger because they dump a lot of money into it. But in situations where you're fighting other kingdoms in what's known as KVK, kingdoms versus kingdoms, or in mini tournament modes, those pay to win players are going to be the ones doing something called a rally. A rally is you use your castle, you you basically launch a rally, and your allies will fill your rally with their troops. Um, and then the rally will use the strength of the person who launched the rally to aggressively attack. Um, so basically, the free to play players gain the strength of the pay to win players, assuming you have a whale in your alliance, so that there's actually a really nice balance in the system. Um, So in truth, I think there is a really nice balance of pay to win, free to play players in this game. Uh, so yeah, if I were to hypothetically launch a rally here. I'd hit rally. It's a war frenzy thing that has to do with an in-game mechanic where you can't bubble um, if you're war frenzied. So I would hit rally here, and then I would rally, take a 5 minute rally, and then I would launch that many troops, and then other people would top up my rally with their troops, and then my commanders would be the ones attacking. So the truth, yes, I think there is a very lovely balance between free to play and pay to win. So if you're either or, you'll find a role and a responsibility in this game. The second thing, and I think is one of the biggest things in mobile games, and I think that's what how come internet, or not even just mobile games, in online games in general, would be the interaction within the community. There are some mobile games that I've played where you can, you're in an alliance sort of, but you never talk to them, or you don't. Everything's individualized. Or there's even games where you don't even have an alliance. Whereas I find in this game, one of the huge things is everyone. Your alliance is incredibly important. You have an alliance, you can fill it with your people, lots of people here. Um, those people are going to be the ones supporting you, building together with you. Everything is kind of associated with helping to grow together, and everything's rewarded kind of based on how well your alliance does together, which I think is a wonderful component to have in a game because having having something that draws you in that you enjoy just because of the people can make or break a game. And mobile games can sometimes be, oh, I'm going to play it for a little bit and then all of a sudden I'm just going to quit out of the blue. Whereas a game like this, where you actually build those relationships, um, you it's harder to it's harder to quit on your friends, and you don't want to because those friends make the game enjoyable. Granted, people quit, and it's a mobile game, but the community, you have your kingdom, which is your own, I guess, server would be what it is, and then there are other servers. But your own kingdom, you have to essentially get along with each other to make anything work. Um, so yeah, I think that the community is a huge aspect of it, and I think that it is a huge benefit to what the game is. Um, some other things that are kind of interesting in regards to this game, there's actually some unique customizations you can choose up to 12 uh, different civilizations. I think it's 12 or 11. Um, in fact, I don't even know how to swap to seeing them all right now. But anyway, so there's a customization there. You can obviously lay out your base however you want. A lot of this is cosmetic stuff. I've done this myself, so you have that creativity aspect as well. Um, yes, it's a war game, but it also can reward non-war players who don't want to fight other people. If they just want to farm and support their allies, you can do that. Although winning the fights is usually uh, more beneficial to getting rewards overall. But if you want to be a farmer, you certainly can. Um, Send out your farmers, send out everything. So community is good. Um, I guess the other thing is whether or not a mobile game can keep you entertained for a while. And like every mobile game, I guess, this one, there are times when there is lulls in what's going on. However, I find that Lilith, who's obviously the owner and creator of the game, um, it's good and bad. There's events pretty much always going on, uh, where you can participate and you do things every day. Makes you feel like you need to do it, but you don't necessarily have to do it every day. And it feels like there's always something going on. Um, there's small events, big events. Every every so often, there's going to be a huge, basically a battle royale for 50 days straight. Uh, it's called KVK, as I mentioned earlier, where 8 kingdoms get basically put into one map, and you have to battle it out to see who's going to come out on top. So the game is engaging. There's tons of customization options, tons of little things you can do to be better, tons of stuff you can do at all times. There's neutrals. There's what's called barbarians you can hunt, which are neutral creatures that give a little bit of rewards. You can hunt lots and lots and lots a day. I think I've hunted already 200, 300 today. Um, but they use a natural recurring currency, which is your action points. But action points are pretty easy to come by, so you'll always have some to do. Um, yeah, then so yeah, it's got some pretty robust systems. I think any hesitation, there are some annoying things about this game. There's slight issues with um, automated scripts and automated botting, where some kingdoms will have uh, bots that send out farms automatically. So you're farming in the middle of the night, even when you're asleep, or you don't miss a second. There are couple of issues with fighting scripts where they'll be able to mobilize like 5 players at the same time to attack one player, and that gives those 5 players a huge advantage over that one player. And um, so there are some issues that Lilith is working tremendously hard to try and eliminate that. I think you saw at the beginning I clicked this thing up here that was it was a verification that I'm a human and not a bot. So that pops up quite often. Uh, so yeah, there are a couple issues there, but this game I think overall is incredibly. It teaches a lot of interesting things, um, especially diplomacy. Diplomacy is one of the most important things in this game, despite the fact that it's a war game. The better you are at diplomacy, the better you are at talking to people, you'll probably achieve more. In KVK, obviously, you can't go by yourself and win KVK against 7 other kingdoms. You're going to have some sort of diplomacy. Um, so yeah, the game has robust systems that are not found in a lot of other games, and if you're thinking about playing it, I think it's worth a shot. I think I'm going to do a couple follow-up videos on how to start out. There are certain things that Lilith has left in the game that are huge advantages when starting out. Something called a jumper account should be looked into, and yeah, it's I'm gonna probably make a video on starting out. I don't know, a couple days from now, how I would start out if I were to start out again. To be honest, it'd probably be similar to how I did it this time because I tend to do research before I play a game, which I hope you guys are doing too. But yeah, if you are curious, I would start an account that you plan on abandoning and just get a feel for the game. Um, Try out some of the systems. I think everyone is going to like it. I don't think everyone's going to like it. I think enough people are going to like it, and I for a lot of the mobile games I've played, this has been the most fun. And I played Clash of Clans, I've played some other ones, and I enjoy this one because I feel more connected with my alliance. I feel like um, I'm helping them achieve stuff. I feel like the systems are actually pretty good for free to play versus pay to win. And I really enjoy some of the systems regarding how the fighting works, how the farming works. Um, it feels immersive, like you're actually in a world, in a kingdom. It doesn't just feel like you're on your own doing your own little thing where everyone else is somewhere else. It feels immersive. So I guess the short answer is give this game a shot. You, I don't think you'll regret it. I think that it has enough to keep going forever. I think Lilith keeps making changes. Um, hopefully one day, hopefully one day I hit the end game. I'm currently not at the end game. End game is something called tier 5 players, but everyone can get there. It's just a matter of time. I guess the other thing I should mention that makes this game pretty awesome, which other games don't, is when your bigger players actually spend money in the game, you get what's called alliance chests. I don't have any right, or alliance gifts. So if they buy a $50 package, everyone in the alliance gets a silver chest, and those chests contain not obviously the same rewards that a $50 package would buy, but a smaller scale version of rewards. So it rewards being in alliances with other big players and working together. So yes, this game, it's been a lot of fun for me, and I plan on playing it for quite a long time still. And I plan on making some good content for you guys to watch and learn and see what's going on and how to do stuff, and a new perspective from the current content creators, because honestly, why not? More perspective can only make the game more popular and better, and the more players that play it, the more fun it's going to be for me. So I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.